Hi, everyone, and welcome to my art submission video for the 2021 Conference for Global Transformation. I'm True Shields, and the title of this piece is sts'ékith, if/whenever it rains. Some of you know I'm a linguist and I work in the area of Indigenous language revitalization. I'm working on southeastern Pomo, otherwise known as ts'nu, wood words or wood language, like as in wood, as in trees or forest. In ts'nu, they talk about sts'ékith. We would translate this normally as it's raining. I'm going to point out some things I found out while making this collage and while working on this language. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the making of this piece itself. This is made using an app for an Android phone called Collage by Collage Maker Pro. I've been using it for about 5 years now, and I use it for all of my collages in the Wisdom Course area now. I download images from Google Images to my phone and then open the app, and I've already chosen kind of an assortment of images to make a particular collage. And how I choose the images I'm going to talk about in a moment. So with this particular collage, what I've said in my artist statement is that collaging helps me show people the beautiful nature of languages. I explore categories like phases of actions, states versus activities, those are kinds of verbs, negation, etc., while distinguishing if/whenever, or if/when/whenever, otherwise known as conditionals. Via collage, I discovered that the single collage shown here could stand for both the category, conditionals, and its best exemplar, rain, like if it's raining or whenever it's raining. In turn, the lack of an actor undergoer contrast in meteorological phenomenon across the world's languages shows up in the collage and in the classroom is a figure ground contrast. Russian names the falling stuff dozhd and says dozhd idет. The falling stuff, rain, dozhd, is going. It doesn't describe the falling, even the direction, it just says the rain goes. English names the act of falling and doesn't name the stuff falling normally. We usually say it's raining. So we're talking about the act of falling, raining, and we don't talk about the stuff, though we can say the rain is raining. But almost always, usually we say it's raining. English requires a subject, so we have to use the pronoun it as a dummy subject to hold the place for the stuff. ts'nu, the language I'm working on, southeastern Pomo, speaks of falling stuff falling, kind of like dozhd is raining. The rain is raining. Falling stuff is sts'én. The N on the end of the word means it's a noun formed from a verb, from an action. So it's stuff that's falling. But se, it turns out, doesn't just mean falling, it means distributed over space or a surface. So sts'ékith is really stuff being distributed over a space or a surface is being distributed over a space or a surface. So there's examples from the archival records of field notes from other researchers on the language that people sitting around on the ground, sort of randomly on the ground, also you can say sts'ékith, they're distributed over the surface. So ts'nu speaks of distributed stuff being distributed over a space. When I'm collaging, I like to let the emotion or mood of the piece emerge first. It rises up in my body, and then I get a sense of its color and its weight, its lightness or its heaviness, and its mood. Like really, the mood is in my body. And I like to collage until everything that's collected in my body about the idea that I'm collaging is now in the collage and no longer in my body. So I'll collage until the lightness or the heaviness or the mood is now in the collage, no longer in me. This is really great for completing stuff from the past. It's also really great for expressing what I want to express through my art. So I'm drawn to images that give that mood, and I usually choose nature scenes for the background with the color matching what's arising in my body through my emotions. So I might look for purple or gray or something that conveys a certain mood. For me, recently I did a collage where a purple sky was conveying the sadness of what I was collaging. And I also did a heaviness, like an anger or distress, where the mood was gray storm clouds gathering on the horizon. In this particular collage, for the rain, or if/whenever, the first image I found, the hand reaching outwards to feel the rain, was already in black and white. The gesture of the hand itself was the first thing I thought of. Like, if I'm trying to collage if or whenever, how do I do that? I had no idea how to do that. So I started thinking about, well, what's an example? Like the first example that was right there for me is if it rains. So how do you know if it rains? You reach out. How do you know if it's raining? Not how do you know if it rains, but how do you know if it's raining? And instantly what was there was a hand reaching out to feel the rain. And so I Googled that idea, and there were a whole bunch of images to choose from, but this one was a real live hand reaching out from the foreground into the outward, into the background. And it was already in black and white, and it really called to me. So the gesture of the hand, and then the playfulness of the girl splashing in the puddles, and the guy running with only a newspaper for cover. All together, they evoke the thorough soaking and summer fun of a Midwestern afternoon cloudburst that my brother and I used to go out in the backyard and dance in every afternoon when we were growing up. The umbrellas and the shelter and the sudden lack of sun bring the whole concept to life. What is it like if/whenever it rains? That's what I'm out to do when I'm collaging. And thank you. I really enjoyed sharing this process and this piece with you.